What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the comments, all the feedback. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. On this one, we're going to be doing a live, I guess, slash interview with Hips. I'm asking him a few questions. Some have sent me in the comments. Some have sent, you know, personal phone. People, they want to know. Last night we last night I try to get we what Hips was on last night, but I think it gets lost. The message gets lost. You know what I mean? So tonight, uh, I'm just gonna basically interview Hips all over again. How you doing, Action Jack? Doing good, brother. Pretty good. Is Almighty. Hope you're having a good one as well. Yeah, I'm just giving it time for Charles to get ready. Uh, if anybody got any questions, that you want to know the answers to, drop it in the comments, and I'm pretty sure Hips won't mind answering it. Let me send Hips the link. Same here, bro. Hopefully everybody in the chat is having a good and blessed day. It's about to be Friday. I send Hips the link. Uh, I don't know. I mean, apparently Hips is sticking to his guns. He's not telling us nothing different than what he told us the last time he was on here. And apparently, he got a little bit more kick in him, and this time that he sees Mark continues to be on YouTube. Exactly, man. You're right about that, Action Jack. This this to me is therapeutical, man. It's people not might believe it, man, but I'm the same way, man. You know, I'm, I don't like approaching people. Uh, I don't like approaching females unless they give me some kind of sign. They make eye contact. They do some kind of a. As a guy, when a female, is digging you. So I've never had that problem. If I felt like there was some kind of chemistry, then I would take the chance on saying what's up. Hey, how you doing today, or some shit like that. But other than that, I would just keep my mouth to myself and my comments. Wouldn't even really talk. But this YouTube, it's therapeutical, man. Instead of talking to a therapist, You know, I still get anxiety getting on here, man. In those these 10, 15 minutes, it's actually it's actually for me to man for me to calm my nerves down. And at the same time let the people, join the live, and that way I can get my anxiety out in the first few minutes. It's like in the battle, man. The first few minutes, you're in there kind of analyzing and getting the anxiety out of you. And once you get that anxiety out of you, you put your game face on and you're ready to hit the battlefield. So hopefully, if y'all want to know, because I'm gonna ask Kips. Let me see. I'm gonna ask Kips these questions. Like I'm gonna ask him like I'm gonna ask Kips, how many boys did Mark have? How did Mark treat his family? Uh, was Mark really a respected blood? I'm gonna ask him if anybody has any other kind of questions that I can add to those. Uh, I know Alex Goldsby said the basics, the who, what, when, and where. So I'm gonna ask him those basic, uh basically the basics of a writing skills. When you're in elementary and they tell you to write an essay, and those are the fundamentals, right? The who, what, when, where, when you're writing your little essay. And this stuff they teach us, and I just been, I guess, the back of my mind. So those simple questions, the who, what, when, and where, why, you get a lot of information, man. You write a whole story off of that. They showed us that in elementary school. And Alex Goldsby just reminded me and be like, oh man, those four things, just the fundamentals of writing a short story. But this time it's like I don't have to write the story. I just gotta ask the question. It's a lot easier. Hopefully I improve somewhat on asking these guys the questions that everybody wants to know. I thought maybe Rita, since I know Rita's a real person and she's invested, as she said, I think she would had some very good questions for Hips. But apparently that, that's what I don't get. Everybody's asking, bring us somebody that's there that can say the who, what, when, and what about Mark. And then when I do bring him in, it's like everybody MIAs, everybody disappears. Nobody wants to ask Hips the questions. I'm not guarding Hips like they are Mark. I guarantee you they won't let Mark join the live and let the people ask the questions. I mean, people that have been following. I thought maybe I know Rita last time. The reason I'm mentioning Rita because she was in the live a few lives back. Uh, wondering about JD and all these guys, and I think that same live they were questioning Youngblood if they had witnessed it. So right now is the perfect time. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him that. I'll ask him that. I'm gonna see if the uh let me go do something real quick. Let me go restart the computer because I think that's what it is that I haven't restarted the computer, and I think that's why it be lagging and the DVD don't be playing sometimes. Let me go restart it real quick just to be on the safe side. How you doing today, Rita? Glad you can make it because I know you have some very uh valid valid questions. Because I was planning just to do a me and hips, but I'm like, I know I read one of your comments earlier, and I'm like, well, she's missed it. And last time, Youngblood, she had some interesting and valid questions. So now I think hips can answer some of those questions for you, as far as the witnessing, or as far as more in depth of what was going on. So hopefully, we can have an interesting live. Yeah, he got back. I think a lot of people probably got tired of me uploading the same videos over and over. But sometimes you just got to keep on doing it. That way, because sometimes these lives are 2-3 hour lives, and I don't know if everybody's going to actually sit there and watch a 2-3 hour live. Maybe they'll sit a little bit and watch it. So I cut up the lives. What's going on?
What's up, man?
How you doing? Can you hear me? Yeah, he just. So y'all get y'all's questions ready. I don't know. Entities G5. Uh, see, I don't. Mark, I don't. When did Mark say this? I ain't never heard Mark say nothing about hips. I just heard Mark say that he's watched hips gets stuffed, and and last night hips said, "Hey, it's not just black; it's whites that do the same stuff." What's going on, Charles? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. What's up?
All right, bro.
You going? You doing all right?
Yeah, just chilling, man. Just uh getting ready to put my kid to sleep. That way, but he's taking a
Yeah,
shower,
I'm just
getting
sitting
ready.
over here. I'm sitting over here at a buddy of mine, his wife's house, on the couch, just chilling out. They're all sleeping there. I'm in there under the air conditioner.
Okay, okay. You know, let's talk about the man of the hour. Mark Moore. Because a lot of
Oh yeah,
people, a lot of people want to know. Let me ask you this questions. They
right.
want to know, how did Mark treat his boys, or how did he treat the family? If you can explain a little bit more detail of the family aspect of
Oh,
what
he
was going
wanted to
on.
be when he was playing man. He wanted to be dominating, real controlling, that type of shit. Beat
Okay.
on motherfuckers. I've seen him slap and beat Mendenhall all the way up.
So what was he aggressive to his boys, or was he like a lovable protector, or what
He
what
was more aggressive. He was more aggressive to him.
okay, because the Jonathan Schwartz interview. I don't know if have you ever watched the Jonathan Schwartz interview with me, the
I have.
director.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
when
have.
he says that he had some kind of a some kind of a protector to him, like he was
Right.
trying to protect the weak, and he would look out. But you never seen that part, did you?
No, shit, no. Hear him tell it now. He was the weak. Poor pitiful me.
And how many boys do you say he had at his prime?
I've seen him in 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the same thing you said, Charles. I mean, you basically what I've noticed so far, man. You're telling me the same thing you told me, the first time I met you. But sometimes it seems like you have to repeat yourself for it can resonate, and and people can open up their eyes,
Right.
and and they can
I
understand
mean,
what kind of person this guy was.
just is what it is. Motherfucker, he can't accept that about himself. Fuck you do it for? That's
I
my
totally
question to
agree.
him. I mean, if I set out to do something, I'll be damned if I'm gonna be ashamed of anything I do. If I got to live with the misery of something so bad that I can't even talk about it, hey, fuck that. tell everybody you're a dick sucker and get on with your fucking life.
And you also, you know how you just said that, right? You also mentioned it.
Right.
You know how many times because Mark's trying to say, I guess there's people in the comments like they're trying to say that Mark got skeletons in his closet and he's about to let them out, and he don't care if it incriminates himself. But now he's trying to portray you as some kind of villain, like you're no lesser than him. You're basically his equal. That's what he's trying to say now.
I know what motherfucker think. I got to be something different than him. I ain't got shit going in and out of both ends of me.
Read
I mean, he's just a puppet on a string is all he is, man.
I agree. I agree,
That's
Mac. You know,
all he is.
and and,
This
and
fiasco, this fiasco he's carried on ain't nothing but a way to make some cheese. That's all it is. I mean, I'm doing a few things, a few dollars here and there, and I get it. It is a way to make some cheese, but goddamn, tell the truth about it. If you're gonna do it, tell the truth about it. You end up making more money being honest than you will being a damn liar.
yeah, I totally agree. I mean, y'all got a good story, man. I mean, if he would just realize and take the accountability, for what happened in the past and be like, hey, that ain't I'm not that guy no more, man. Which I'm pretty sure you're not that guy. I mean, 30 years in prison, you're no longer that person. I'm pretty sure being out
Right,
here
but
done civilized
but
you.
by being roguish and telling the lies and shit and the way he's acting, he's portraying to still be that person. And he don't even see that.
Exactly.
That's what makes him look so bad.
Yep.
Man, that's like an old saying, man. You want to see the best game in the world? Tell us some bitch about the truth about himself and watch him squirm.
Yep.
He'll go to lying and spitting and jumping and everything else.
Yeah, because that's what he's
Best
doing.
game in the world is the truth.
I agree. I agree, Charles. Because you know what? You know why? Because the first time you came out and you said all this, Mark has never said anything. He's always been denying it, denying it. And now that you come out for the second time and you're sticking to your guns, now he wants to come out and say, hey, I got something to tell too now. Well, why didn't you say this from the beginning? Every
Yeah, all of a sudden, how long we been doing this now? Other than a couple months that I left, what, 4 or 5 months?
is that true, Rita?
Been about 4 or 5 months, 3 or 4 months anyway, about four or
Is that
five.
is that true, Rita?
Y'all can
And
Rita.
it's still the same thing with him every day.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he skirts the truth like you do a dead animal in the road.
I agree. This is Rita.
y'all
Are
hear
you?
me?
Yes, we can hear you,
Yeah.
Rita. This is Rita.
Okay, my
Charles.
son.
Hey, Rita, how are you?
Hey, Charles, I'm good. So I've been following this, and I see in the documentary where a couple of times it like prison wife, and but the main question I think everybody wanted to know is, do you know who that guy JD is that Lamarck said was his first quote unquote piece of ass in prison? Do you know him?
I don't. I think he might have been there before I was, because I really don't.
Because
I
they never
don't know him.
showed him. They never showed him in the documentary, but Lamarck admitted himself, like out of his own mouth, he did say that JD was like his first love, his first quote unquote piece of ass.
Right.
So I was trying to figure out if anybody knew who that dude was because I was gonna look for him. And then it said that he wrote the victim. So if he wrote that guy, I wonder if he had like a relationship with him outside of prison or if they kept in contact or if the guy JD responded, because we wouldn't have known that if we hadn't have seen that unseen
You're right.
footage.
Oh, but
You're right.
Rita,
You wouldn't have.
But Rita, I think you're confused. The letters he was writing to was to Brad. He wasn't writing them to JD.
Oh, to Brad. Well, yeah, yeah, you may be right because he did say like he felt guilty. You're right. He did.
Yeah, he wrote them to Brad because he felt guilty on how he messed up his life. So he wrote him
Right.
apologies letters. Uh, and that was to that was to Brad.
Well, I
That was
mean,
to
hey, you know something though? That in itself tells the lies that he's been telling. If he wrote apology letters for what he done to him, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, he clearly said it. His conscience was killing him, and he knew he had felt in his heart and mind that what he did to that guy was wrong.
Well, I mean, it's like I've been saying from get go, man. He's wrong for doing it, and I'm not gonna say he's wrong for not admitting to it. I mean, if he does, if he don't, it's 30 years later. That's his business. But don't drag other people into your life.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, Charles. The thing is that if he would have never came out with the documentary again and saying, "Hey, that documentary that I made 30 something years ago was fake," myself wouldn't be looking for you and everybody else.
Well, I mean, he brought it on himself.
Exactly.
He brought all this on himself. If he
Exactly.
didn't want to do this, if he didn't want to do this shit right here, he should have kept his fucking mouth shut. It's just that simple.
I totally agree, Charles. I totally agree because I mean, if he didn't want nobody, you know, looking into it, I mean, everybody knows that's what happens on YouTube. You come on YouTube, everybody's going to look into your past.
Well, of course they are. And it ain't going to just be the regular everybody that watch TV. It's going to be the degenerates, the criminals, the people that get off on this kind of shit. It's going to be the people that you know that's looking at this.
Exactly. So if you got something to hide or like how he says to be ashamed of, why do you come online for?
Right, because this shit right here is just like prison. Ain't nothing on YouTube a secret.
Exactly. I don't.
And my problem with this is the whole damn world knows that you are a broad. Why do you not know this?
Can can
I'm
can
gonna
you?
bash him. I'm gonna bash him like that until he just says, you know what, man, y'all are right. I did that dumb shit 30 years ago, and if y'all don't like it, then so fucking what?
Can you hear? Can you hear that, Charles?
No, I can't.
I don't know, man.
I just don't feel. I don't know, man. I just hey,
See, G
he's a
five
piece of work.
G5 entities group corporation says I'm just confused on the doc saying that Hips was Mark's prison wife, and Mark admitted he got Hips from another guy that Hips was in debt for. They want to know. They want to see if
Right.
you could.
Can you explain that?
They want to know if you could touch up on that. That part where. Let me
I
see.
can. I can. One thing about me, I don't mind telling the truth about nothing, man. Me and
Go ahead.
Mark got together because of the money. Just that simple. I had money, he didn't have shit. I couldn't manage that shit, he did. And that's exactly what that whole relationship was about. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing crazy. Get up here and sit down there. Get up here. Get up here. But that's just what it was. That's all I can say about it. But I'm gonna tell you something in Alabama prison. So anytime you see two people fucking with one another and it's an interracial thing, whether it's a black man, white man, or such and forth, you see them walking around the yard together. Somebody around there is gonna get it started that they fucking one another, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I mean that's what Youngblood said. Youngblood
Every
said
white
that.
dude, every white dude in prison is look. If he fucks with a black dude, then he's looked at as being a fuckboy. It's just that simple.
Yeah,
She
that's
just
that's
beat
what.
that. She can beat that motherfucker's ass like I did, and that shit comes to a screeching halt.
It is.
It won't start.
You got any questions you want to ask? I know you got some good questions, Rita.
Daddy.
She wants the phones on.
You got it. You got
Have
you
you?
got somebody that was at Limestone and actually witnessed Mark do, everything that he said in the documentary. You got somebody that was
So
actually
did
there.
did Charles say? Did Charles say he knows the Bradley Lucas guy?
I don't know. That's another
Who?
question, Hips.
Bradley Wiggins.
No, no, no. Brad Lucas, the so-called
No,
white
Brad
blood.
Lucas.
Brad Lucas, the white
Yeah.
Were you
blood.
there
Yeah, I
when they
know him.
did that to him? Were you there
I
when they
did.
did
He's
that to him?
Pyro. Yeah, you talking about JG and Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't there when they done it, but I've heard them brag about it the whole time. Remember that white boy?
Okay.
What's his name? Man, I'm telling you, man, they're predators.
And
So,
And then go back
like,
and do
you
the
only
history of
dealt with Mark on like a business level, right? You didn't like, you weren't
right.
one of his boys or one of
No,
his
I
like big
wasn't.
boys for him and
No.
stuff.
No, I wasn't. Mark's a sick motherfucker. And if you do the research on their cases, just look at the shit they're in prison for. Speaks volumes there.
and Charles,
Yeah,
in who in your opinion, who would you say would be the leader of the pack? Would it be JG or Mark? Who out of those two guys?
JG.
So
JG.
JG.
JG, you can
Yeah,
tell us JG.
JG.
He probably broke Mark in.
Mark's a dummy. He's
So
a dummy. A little white boy can walk by and shake his little ass cheek at him. Mark will let Mark do any damn fucking thing he's told to do.
That's crazy. Can you tell us more about when the new boys would get off the bus and Mark in one of their lives, Mark admitted to being down there or having one of his boys go down to the I mean, I guess wherever they bring in the new guys off the bus. Have you seen him there or like is that what they really do? They wait to see like who they can get
Yeah,
and make them their
yeah. They
wife
don't
and
go
stuff?
in no.
Like
They don't
just
go
standing
in
there
no
waiting.
building. Yeah, they don't go straight in no building. They come through the gate and they go between two fences
Yeah, and they
down to the
say they
other
get
gate.
butt naked.
Right, they do. Butt
Yeah,
naked, they
because he
have to be
said something
searched.
like that.
Yeah,
Oh
all they have to
wow,
be
yeah,
searched
he said
and
that.
cavity searched and
And so
everything else when you get processed in.
like, why would you be down there watching boys, young men get off the bus naked and stripping?
so Charles,
Yeah.
what is the definition? I mean, what's the terminology? Why is it that they call them boys? I mean, instead of like, is that what they're attracted to? Because when you see the definition
No,
of,
they
of a
call
boy,
them boys. They call them boys because they're not considered men anymore.
but do they like how how you said Mendenhall was kind of feminine?
They are. They
So do
make
they?
their men's bed. They make their men's bed, clean their areas up for them, and do all that okay shit.
What's going on, JoJo?
They do
Yeah,
everything a man and a wife would do,
that's wild, man.
except on the 69 level, they both got their mouth full.
I mean, and another question, Charles.
Yeah,
Mark's Mark's uh Mark's gang status. What was his status as a blood?
I don't know. They just called him Big Blood, man. He was six dudes brim, so I don't really know what his status was. He's supposed to be one of the leaders.
Oh, he was one of the leaders. So
Yeah.
but when you say he was one of the leaders, is that because there was a limited blood from his set, or I
No,
don't.
it's just he's got rank.
So that's why. So you're saying that's why he was able to do the stuff? Because
Yeah.
if you go back in that documentary,
No, I mean he was able to do it because everybody in there was doing it. I mean, really, in the state of Alabama, I mean, just realistically speaking, there's
I think old hips left, but I'm saying I mean he should be logging back in. I mean I think they have, but I think they're outnumbered because I think Charles says he has somebody that just got out of prison that's willing to tell a story. I don't know where old hips went. Oh, here he comes. Oh no, that's Rita. That's let me see where old hips went. Let me see where old hips go. What's going on, Larry Bird? How you doing? I mean, he just disappeared. I mean, he should be logging back in. I can't. I just texted him. I mean, I'm about to call him real quick. Oh, here he goes.
the bathroom. My bad. I had hit the exit.
No, you good, Charles?
I hold up. What's
No, you.
going on here?
I think I was calling you, but I think you can just hang it up.
We appreciate you coming back on, Charles.
Uh, trying to figure how I get my picture off here.
Oh, you're gonna have to probably exit out, and then once you're entering, cut the camera off.
Oh wait, I can cut that off right there.
Yeah,
Shit.
there you go. All right.
You got it.
Uh, everybody say, hey man, JoJo said for Sarah say, hey, we should chip in and get hips a work truck, man. Hey, as
Z
long as
one.
you
GoFundMe
need,
up. I mean, not a GoFundMe. Put his Cash App up.
yeah. What's your? Let me put hips cash app, man. Uh, his cash app
Uh,
is money
What?
sign
It was like Allen 70, right?
yeah, it's different now.
money sign 19 uh, 70.
Is that what it is now?
Yeah, that's the one you sent me. That one right there, right? Look at the
Yeah,
screen.
that's the one I sent you yesterday or day before yesterday, whenever it was.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I think I think
Did you
what you need to
post?
realize.
Oh
Check this
yeah.
out. Check this out, hips. I think
Yeah,
what you need to realize, man, that if you come out and you're truthful with your story, man, people are willing to support you, man. People are, and
That's
honestly, there's a lot of people out there in YouTube world and social media world, man, that they see a change, man. Uh, and they don't it don't hurt them helping your cause as long as you're doing it for the right cause.
right. Well, I'm like this. The difference between me and Mark is I'm comfortable with my skin.
Exactly, man.
that's
I'm
what's
at
up.
the age now. I'm at the age now to where what the next motherfucker don't mean nothing to me. It don't scare. It don't affect me what he thinks about me or says about me or how they gossip about me or none of that. I do not
Exactly.
care.
That's why we want you to tell your truth because we know you don't give a damn about Lamarck Moore.
I do not care. If I never see Lamarck again, I never heard Lamarck's name mentioned to me not one single time until Noel brought him up 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, but Noel got you. We was looking for you, trying to figure out this thing, and we just so glad that you came forward.
Because he had to talk me into it. I started not to, didn't I, Noel?
I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
understandable why you didn't want to, but like I think everybody on the platforms are glad that you did come forward because it's just like not one sided. You know, we got another.
I just don't feel like it's right for him to be up there telling lies and shit.
It's
And you,
not, but then a lot of people gonna be saying like, "Are you lying?" Everybody want to make sure like you
But
telling the
see,
truth, and you don't want.
what kills me is the viewers that want to ask him I lie. Why don't they watch this video for themselves and hear him say it out of his mouth?
Right.
That kills all of that.
It does, but hearing it come from you, first knowledge of being, in the person with him, it's like we have a better
Right.
understanding. And we listen to you, and it's like, damn, well, he was there, so he should know the truth. So I think that's why a lot of people like rooting for you, and they want to hear your story and your
I
truth
mean,
and everything. I mean, I'm saying everybody, but I mean me included
right.
because I've been rooting for you since you came on too. So it's like you don't have to like lie about nothing or embellish to any of us because
No.
we not judging you. We just glad that Noel got in touch
I
with you.
mean, I told Mark this very thing. When I when I quit what I'm doing to come on here, when
Mm-hmm.
I get off here, I'm gonna go back to doing the same thing, and I'm not gonna
Right.
miss that 1 hour period at all.
Exactly. Be the real, authentic you. That's all everybody asking for.
Cause if I can't be real to me, who in the hell else can I be real to?
Exactly. I feel like
and
now
and
that
that's
you
Oh
got
God.
like the charges behind you and everything is like going smooth, I think you'll live a better life just like
Well,
living
the
your life
stress ain't
and
on
just
me
living
no
your
more.
truth, I guess.
The stress
Exactly.
ain't
So
on me
now
no
you can
more,
live
for
like a
one.
little bit happier. Right, I get that.
I'm gonna get out there now and find me a good wife and settle down.
That's right. Get you a woman. Don't be getting that
Thank
one that was
you.
in the background and y'all was arguing that one time. Don't get that. Don't get that kind.
Yeah, no, I ain't. She's gone.
Or stay
No, I
single
ran her
until you
off.
find the right one.
I want one that means something, one that wants something out of life now.
That's right. Getting older,
I'm not that.
you
I ain't.
you
I'm.
gotta
You know
establish
that I'm
the
not that. I'm not that guy anymore. I want somebody that wants something out of life. Somebody that brings something to the table in the relationship.
that's right. And stay away
I don't
from the
want their
ones
money. I
that
don't
can
want their
get
money or none of that shit. But I would love to have an independent woman that's not gonna just come in strictly 100% dependent on me right off the bat. Because that lets me
right.
know that there's some
And
areas that she's sorry
don't
as
be
hell.
going to the bars picking up them the ones that ain't no good. You need to sit down and work
No,
and get you a good hard working woman.
no. I'll work. Want to come my way? God gonna send me one.
Exactly, it's the Almighty. Yeah, just do you come on the panel sometimes and talk and like live your truth and just
Oh,
like
I'm here
chill,
now. I'll
relax,
come.
and vibe with us.
I,
go ahead, hips. I think
Oh, did you go out? Was that me? Hold on, can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. You
Oh, I
still
think
there, hip? Charles.
I keep saying hips. I gotta remember to say Charles.
here.
Okay, bro.
Now I'm still here.
Oh, there.
Charles.
Can y'all? Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear.
You're
I can hear you. Uh,
Somebody's gonna get on YouTube right now, and it's gonna be some kid. Mom and Daddy, listen to them. And all they're gonna hear is, "Can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
live.
Can you hear me?"
I ain't lying because ain't
Mama,
none of
they're
us got service for damn.
yeah. Yeah, their mama, they're tripping on YouTube. Listen.
I had to go outside one time to try to get my signal back. I live in the
Yeah, I'm back
sticks.
myself now. I done got all that stress off of me. My pressure
Good. We
washing
glad
business
to
is
see you.
jumping up.
Wondering where we've been asking for you to get up on here.
Well, part of it was I had lost my phone and I went through all that bullshit. I couldn't get in touch with nobody. My contact was gone.
That's all
And
right.
me
You know
like a
you back
me like a
back on
dummy. I didn't write none of my information down on nothing.
See, that's why you gotta do like a little tiny piece of paper, put it in your wallet with the most important phone numbers, the most important like pins or
Right.
passwords you need, so you'll never lose it.
I don't know. I think they need to go back. I think they just need to go back to wall phones and stamps and envelopes.
Man, I'm 40 and I ain't seen a house phone since like maybe 2000.
Yeah, that's me. I'm 54. I remember the first cell phone I had was in 1998.
Was
That
that the
son of a
car
bitch.
one?
Yeah, it was as big as your arm.
Yeah, my daddy used to have one of them in his car, and every time he needed, he had to open like this whole zipper pack and start.
Yeah, it would stop the car and set it up on the top and all this old shit.
Yeah, see, check this out, Charles.
Yeah.
G5 entities. He goes, if both of you, basically you and Mark come together, just being in a documentary, and you are still here to talk about it, you can go a long way. You can, man.
Man, listen, I would
Exactly.
love to come together and talk to him. I tried that once, but he wasn't having none of it.
And people
Exactly.
already like hips. That would be cool though, to
Because
sit
I
both
mean, the
of them
bottom line
down.
is this. Not only do I not care, but I have nothing against Mark Moore at all.
Right.
Nothing. Man, this is 30 years later, man. We're grown ups, man. Whatever
Yeah.
the fuck
I
happened
know
back then,
with
it's
Mark.
ancient history. It don't even matter.
You were adamant saying you and Mark never like had relationships or relations or nothing like
No.
that. So yeah, I mean, it would be easy
I
for
mean,
y'all to take.
it don't even matter. I mean, you lying to me, it don't I could care less because you're not lying to me, brother. I know the
Exactly.
truth.
Yeah,
And you
see,
know I know it. You know I know the truth, and that's why you're doing this shit.
yeah, man. See,
And I ain't the only one knows it. Young blood knows it. There's a few people knows it.
How he get
yep.
his comment that big?
Yeah,
That shit in blue. But yeah, hips. We glad you came back. We glad you pulled through. I do have a question. Let's think. Do you know that guy William Burnett that was in the documentary? Have you
I
ever
do.
like hung out with him?
Man, William Burnett was a rich boy gay dude.
Yeah, because
What
he
he
was
was.
tough shit in that documentary. And we all thought he was, he was the like
Man,
what
let me
you
tell you
call
something. I'm gonna tell you something.
it. Shit
Most,
want to be bad,
and this is just keeping it real as you want to be. Most of the people, most of your guys that's in prison, a lot of them,
right?
they're given a name as such as they're gay, they're not men anymore, this, that, and the other. You push them too far, let them put them farm boots on, and they gonna come out of their skin and beat your ass.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I done seen it 100 times over. I done seen these motherfucking men get them boys, mistreat them for so long, and finally they just snap and just run through this son of a bitch.
I honestly think we all saw that in the documentary anyway, because when that dude William was talking, the black dude behind him was so paranoid and scared. That had to be his like man or something, because every time, every clip, he would get just a little bit closer and was like bending down, listening to what he say, almost like he didn't want him to say something that would get him, in trouble or whatever.
I mean,
remove him.
they pass them boys around to their buddies and their partners and all this, that, and other. And them
They don't
boys,
offer
they take enough of it and they
they
snap.
don't offer condoms in prison because I know the
Yeah,
guards.
they do. They
Oh, they
do.
do. I was gonna say they gotta know what the hell going on. And a lot of
Oh, they
documentaries
promote it.
I've seen.
They
Well,
promote it.
if you Google Alabama prison system and you pull up the videos, A lot of them say the guards are nowhere in sight. They're understaffed. And I'm just like, well, okay, y'all know it's bound to be happening because there's so many stories of rape and all of that in the.
Well, I was there for 30 years. And in 30 years, I got 117 disciplinary. And that was for getting to places that I didn't have no business being in. Disorderly conduct, shit like that, that I wouldn't get. And it's been so disorderly for so damn long, it just drawed the police to it. You do not see an officer down there at all. That is the most unsecure, unsafe place that anybody could be at. I've done seen so many people get killed and just bleed out and die right there. And the police stand up there watching this happen and wait till everything gets calmed down before they go get the dude out.
Yeah, because they don't want to be involved, or either they just don't care. That's sad.
They just don't care. And I mean, the state don't pay them well enough. And I get it. I'm not going to run in there and let you kill me for what they pay me.
Right.
And I get their outlook on that. They want to go home to their family.
Exactly.
So you're pushed to a point here now as an
And
officer. And I get some of
almost,
the, you've got some
it's
crooked ones, but you do have some good ones.
I was gonna say it's almost sick. You see a lot of the inmates and the stores on YouTube, and they don't even have correctional officers. Like nobody wants to work at the prisons. That's really scary. Like nobody even wants to work there. It's so bad.
They don't. I mean, you take a prison like St. Clair in the state of Alabama, and for 7 years you could Google it. And it was the most dangerous prison in the continental United States.
What about that Ventress one? I saw a couple of posts like this guy named Rodney something. He was in Ventress, said he took the guy, forced him to do, I mean y'all
Right.
know. And then he got another charge for, well, he was already in prison obviously, but then he caught another charge because he forced this man to do this, and then he raped him after he was charged. Like that is some sick sad shit. Like you
It
forcefully
is.
rape him and then you get caught, and then when you
Well,
get
see,
out of
this is what
lockup
I
you
don't
do
get.
it again. That is
This is what I
crazy.
don't get. Now, I do understand that one man can't do nothing when 4 or 5 jumps on him.
Right,
I
that's
get that. If a man
that's
says that they can't do nothing to you, you're a lie. That's a lie. They can't do. They can do what they want to. 4 or 5 people at a time, they can do just what they
right.
want to. But
All they
this is
can
my
do is
thing with
fight.
that right there. If I'm in that position and you forcing me to do something, let me tell you something. You force something in my mouth and you come back with it still intact and I ain't bit it off, then I wanted
Okay,
that to happen to me.
I'm gonna fight to the death for me. They're gonna have to kick
I
my
wanted
ass.
that to happen to me. It's just that simple.
But it did happen to you. I mean, you said that. Remember when
And
you were
and you know something, it took me years and I
to
got
get
2 of them.
over it, to get over like the trauma of it. Oh, did I go out?
No, I think Charles took off. Hopefully hopefully y'all didn't send him no cash app, man, and he got it and dip.
No, I was about to say I was gonna send. I was gonna wait till the live ended.
Yeah, y'all can tighten him up. I mean, hopefully he'll come back. 'Cause I know his phone seemed like it was
I think
cutting off.
I was about to say I think his service bad because it went out another time, and I thought it was me
Yeah,
because I know where I live. Mine is horrible.
Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you, bro.
There you
Yeah,
go.
what it is. See, and it did happen to me. But I'm not the one that lays
Sorry
down.
that happened to
I
you.
don't lay down and let it happen to me again. That's I got 2 of them. And if I'm dead and in a walking, if I'm in a walker and I see them in a hospital in a wheelchair, I'm gonna get the other 2.
I mean,
I
nobody
mean, I hate to
deserves
be
that.
that way. I hate to be that way, but I'm not the guy that you do that to and you get away with it.
And don't hold grudges on all black
I
people
don't.
because not all of us are bad. I think it's
Oh
the
no, I'm
ones
gonna
that
tell you
have.
something. In prison in the state of Alabama, I don't know about any other state because I have never been there. But in this prison
Me
here, it's
neither.
the white
I'm a
folks
woman.
too. It ain't just the black folks. The white folks are just as bad.
Right. Well, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people are saying it like it's just the black men preying on the white men,
It's
but
not. It's not. Them sick motherfuckers are in all colors of skin.
that's so sad.
And I get riled up when I get talking about it because I've seen it firsthand for so many years. And you think you get used to some shit, but you do not get used to that shit.
I'm sure you don't. Do you have like prison stories where you've seen stuff happen and maybe you tried to stop it, or like
Yeah,
even if you didn't
I've
try to
got one
stop
out
it?
here now. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what's happened to me. About 6 years ago, I've been out for 6 years, and
And that's a blessing.
I
Good job. We proud of you.
I got into a relationship. And don't get me
Right.
wrong, I'm fresh out of prison. I'm thinking with more than just my head, and it was a bad relationship. We was drugging, got strung out, and all this that and other. But though, this is what happened. We got locked up and went to jail together. She got out 2 days before me. We've been together for almost 5 years, and 4 years. In those 2 days, she threw 4 years out the window, moved in with my plug, and married him. Now let me tell you about the plug. This goes to the prison story. I met this
Right.
guy 15 years ago and brought him up under my wing in the prison. And the reason I did that was because we walked in the cell on him and he was fixing to get raped. And
Oh
we
man.
stopped it. I stopped it.
Oh,
This
that's
son of a bitch, this son of a bitch married my old lady.
what the fuck? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
How did that happen? What the hell?
He,
Give
he
me more
okay.
details. What on
He
earth?
told the old prison stories in prison. We've been around each other years. How he was the plug, he was the man, all this, that, and other. Nobody ever believes in stories because you hear that shit so many times. That's just a prison. That's just a ego story. Is
Can
all
I
it
go
is. Well,
out?
it turned out he was the
Oh,
plug.
there
He
it goes.
was the man, and I introduced her to him,
What?
and she was strung out.
That's insane. That's why you need to get
And
somebody that's not on drugs,
yeah,
not doing
and
all of
not
that
right
shit,
now.
because that just
I
leads
hadn't
to more
saw her in
problems.
2 years. I hadn't saw her in 2 years, and ain't looking to see her
Stay away from her hips. Stay
because
away.
well, I've come so far in my life, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm better than that.
Good. We love to see it.
I'm better than that. Life choked me for a lot of years, and by goddamn, it ain't gonna choke me no more.
Right. That's what's up. We're glad to see you out and doing good. So you got your little your power washing business going. You're doing good for
Yeah,
yourself. So have you been watching like any of the YouTube with Mark and Mark,
I've
like
tried
that
to keep
he's
up
not
with it
with
some.
Junior Dante?
I've tried to keep up with it some, but I get so disgusted with Mark, man. I just because see now I'm gonna say this right here too. I do know a good side of this dude.
Right.
I do know a side of this dude that's level headed, talks good, acts right, and got something to think with.
Right.
That's what kills me
Hmm.
about him is that I know the dude. Mark wants to tell the truth, but his fucking pride won't let him.
Yeah, I kind of think that too because I don't think nobody really gives a damn what he did in 30 years
They
ago. But
don't.
the thing is, you
Even
did what you
Mendenhall
did, but
Spencer
why
don't
can't
care.
you admit it? I think it's what everybody wants to really know. Well, I say everybody, but I mean me. I know me. I want to know the
Right.
truth because we really
Well,
see that documentary. Even the unseen footage gives me chills. That shit is wild.
little does Mark know. Once he tells the truth, it ends. It's over with. All this bullshit stops.
But he won't tell the truth because
But he won't tell
I
the
heard
truth. So
somebody.
this is
Well,
going to
I
keep
saw
going.
somebody say in a comment. I saw somebody say in a comment that Mark said he wasn't gonna uh go to anybody to promote him or manage him unless he.
I don't know what the hell happened then.
Oh, hold on. I'm
You,
sorry, my phone
you,
keep
Oh, I
going out.
got it. Yeah,
you got
mine.
Can you
My
hear
cut.
me?
phone's crazy. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was gonna say I saw in a comment that Lamarck was on live basically saying he wanted the fleece treatment or he wasn't gonna
Right.
tell the truth or say nothing. You can't get the fleece treatment if you don't own your truth. Like Fleeceman
I
saying
mean,
what
the
he did
truth is
from the
what's going to
beginning.
bring you the police treatment because you can't get the police treatment without the
Exactly.
fucking.
That's what
You got to have the
I've
reviews.
been.
If you
Oh,
ain't
I
got the
keep getting
reviews,
comment.
then
He
you
won't
ain't
let me
doing no
comment
good.
on his page. He won't let me comment on his page no more. I can comment, but he won't respond, and I can't see his responses.
He won't respond.
No, it's because Mark, Fleece
No,
has
he not
somewhat
going.
Fleece has somewhat, you know, owned up and held himself accountable for his actions. He knows
And
what he was
yep,
doing
in every
wasn't
single
right.
way.
He
And I'm
knows
going
what
to
he
tell
was.
you something else, too. If JG
He
were here
says if
today, JG would own up to it. I know this.
yeah, I think JG would too, because Lamar kept saying, "Oh, JG was a liar. Like that was my dog. He was my righteous dog, but he was a liar. He was a liar." But what did he lie?
What keeps going on with
I think
this?
it's the gay. No, it's me.
Oh.
I'm sorry. As soon as my screen
Imagine
locked,
that.
it cuts me off.
I
You
think
hear what I said? Imagine
But I
that.
think he just don't want to. He just don't want to admit he did it because he don't know how people are gonna receive it. He don't know if he says yes I did it, then people gonna jump on him, or if they're gonna embrace him.
Yeah, you're right.
but
Well,
go ahead, Charles.
once again, that goes back to his ego. Oh, I don't want my
Yeah,
blood to
still
know I'm fucked in the ass.
on book
Oh, I don't
bags
want my
and shit
blood
with
to know I'm
cameras on
doing
him.
this
He ain't
one.
got book.
You think they don't know?
He still live on.
You're the only one that knows.
When I saw his eyebrows brought down that I was definitely done. Because who drew his eyebrows? Is that what they used to do? They used to draw their eyebrows on and stuff
Yeah,
in
Mark
prison.
Mark used to do that.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because in the
yeah, yeah.
documentary, you can see where it looked like he took a pencil, like a eyebrow pencil or something, and drew his eyebrows in. Is that what the gay guys did? Because you saw the one dude with the red lipstick. Like, where the hell was he getting red lipstick from?
Man, motherfuckers in there put goddamn paint on their lip.
Mm,
Talking about the real. Oh,
wow. Well, I guess
fuck.
anything
I
to
see
achieve a
y'all are
look.
crazy, man. Rip a goddamn skin off.
But Rita, let me ask you, in your opinion, you watch the Fleece lockup documentary, right?
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I watched that.
Okay. Now compare that to Mark's documentary. Which one is more graphic and which one is more
Um,
uh,
as far as what?
as far as going into detail, in that documentary that Fleece did in lockup, all he said was booty. I love booty. Uh Booty's more
Yeah,
important than
yeah, booty.
water. He didn't go too much in detail as having victims.
No, he didn't say, and he said that any guy that he basically told, like, I want you and I want to have you, the guy apparently submitted to him and wanted to be with him. On the other hand, his like documentary, he was great or like with Mendenhall. Even with Mendenhall, he said, "You good, so
You okay, Charles?
Yes.
damn." Even with Mark in the documentary, Mendenhall said in the uncut footage, unseen footage, he was like, yeah, he went down to the basement. He didn't think it was gonna be what it was, but then that's what it was. Like him and Mark, that's how it started. So he didn't want to do that shit either, but somehow Mark coerced him into doing that shit. And I mean, David admitted it out of his own mouth. He said he wasn't looking for it. He's like, I didn't expect that to be what it turned out to be. He
See, I'm gonna tell you what happened in that cell with me and him. Mendenhall was in that cell.
so I think the difference with Mark and Charles, I mean Mark, not Charles, Mark and uh Fleece is that Fleece was open from the beginning. He was
Yep.
14 when he went in there, 14 or 15, whatever he was. He was really young, probably ain't never been.
Yeah, he had a backstory. You can say Fleece is a villain, but Fleece got the backstory of why he's a villain. Mark, on the other hand, he's a villain, and he continues to deny being a villain instead of saying, you know what, man, I also have a backstory. It was either I don't know who it was, his uncle, but it was somebody in his life that he had empathy and sympathy. At the end of the day, that whoever did that to him in his life, he kind of forgave him. And Charles, you talked about Ronnie Boo Moore,
Right, Ronnie Boo.
and I sent you the picture, and you said, "Yeah, man, that's." And the thing
No,
about it, the same
yeah,
picture,
but you ain't called him Ronnie Boo, did you?
yeah, the same picture that I sent you, I sent to Youngblood, and Youngblood verified it too. So two people have apparently verified that that's Ronnie Boo Moore.
Let me see the picture.
Uh, let me let me get it. Let me
Yeah,
post it up here real quick. I mean, it's the one that it's from the funeral home. See, Youngblood even said that's Mark's uncle. Let me
Ronnie
let
Boo is.
you even said from the beginning that that was his uncle.
Yeah,
You were like Ronnie Boo Moore, that's his uncle. and
yeah.
and that must be the uncle, because that must be his uncle from his mom's side, man. Because his dad's name's different. It's totally different.
Hey,
His dad's name is
hey,
not Mark Moore.
hey. Oh, how long your show last
Oh
tonight?
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Charles. You were about to tell us. You were Steve Jobs said that you were
Tell me
about to,
something.
no,
Or
that you
give
were
me,
about
yeah.
Can y'all hear
Wow,
me?
next week.
you were about to tell us about Mendenhall, you and the hips. You Charles Mendenhall and Mark and the hips, that you were in the cell together and something happened.
Right.
What was about to happen?
Yeah, let me go and tell that story. That was pretty good, man. This was a good one, right? You know, I beat Mark up. I told you about that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's how they put me in jail. Oh, well,
You there? I guess
His
his
phone.
phone. And I'm just
Mine's
mine's
echoing.
echoing.
Sorry
Sorry
about
about that.
Is it me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just my
it's
it's
just
just my
my
fault
fault
because
because
I
I
have
have
two
two
phones
phones
over
over
here.
here.
I'm
I'm
trying
trying
to
to find this
oh,
other
okay.
the
The picture.
picture.
Sorry
Sorry
about
about
that.
that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, this
This
is
is
the.
the
Sorry about that. This is the picture. I showed this picture to Hips a long time ago, and I asked him. I said, "Is this any kind of related?" You mentioned Ronnie Boo Moore, and this is some guy named Ronnie Boo Moore from Birmingham, Alabama. And
That looked like the dude that sent his pictures on that Terrell Black page. But I don't know because they all look alike. They like dark skin with like bald heads. I can't really tell, but let me pull up the picture.
yeah, he passed away. And the same picture I sent it to Youngblood because Youngblood was in there with Ronnie Boo Moore as well. So I said, Youngblood, is this him? Youngblood, yeah, that's him. So Youngblood Charles has also verified that this is uh, Ronnie Boo Moore. I hope not, bro. I hope not. I mean, he should be coming back on. I mean, let me text him.
Have to investigate because I don't think I'm on that page unless he blocked me. Damn, I think he blocked me.
Yeah, see,
He blocked me.
because Youngblood and Hips done verified saying that this is Ronnie Boo Moore. And I asked
Yeah,
at
I
the
think that dude is on that Terrell Black page, but I think he blocked me when I was on the live the other night and I told him I knew about that page. I think he blocked me because I can't even pull it up now. I mean, I got screenshots, but I think he blocked me.
yeah, he probably did just for
Oh, he blocked me.
yeah, he probably did for you when probably have access to it.
Exactly, but I got screenshots. So, so I'm about to try to pull them up.
Because I showed Mark the same when Hips told me that this was his uncle or some kind of relative. I
Yeah.
showed I showed Mark this picture, and even with Dante, and Dante showed it to him, and Mark's like, "Nah, I don't
Yeah,
even
they
know who
was
this
like they
guy is."
not related. I remember.
Yeah, and the thing is that Mark and Hips, they got a pretty good story because one is Hips. Regardless if Mark wasn't his aggressor, Hips was a victim of Alabama prison
Right.
culture. He can speak from a victim's aspect. I do have Matt. Matt's you or Brad would be a victim. Mark's victim, right? If we're going based off the documentary, you would say Matt or so-called Brad is Mark's victim. So even then, having those three guys in the documentary, a follow-up, it'll be a success. But Mark has to tell his story. He can't just be in denial.
That's where it falls at because Lamar ain't gonna tell his story. He want to be famous and he want to be famous
But it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be difficult for Mark to try to keep
his
that.
persona. Yeah, like the whole I've never did this and yeah.
It's going to be too hard, especially if
I
maybe
think
if Hips wouldn't have came out, if Jonathan Swartz wouldn't have came out, if none of these people that have valid points wouldn't have came out, maybe he would barely be able to flourish and be the next sensation. But
right,
Fleece doesn't have any victims coming out. There's
right, and
nobody.
he owned that shit from the
Yeah,
beginning.
there's nobody out here saying Fleece did this to me or Fleece did that to that person. Uh, there's no names or faces
Right,
unless somebody comes out the woodwork and say, you know what, I was the one in Kentucky. I was one of his boys. But apparently, nobody wants to really be talking about that. It's not the
yeah,
victims.
that's the hard part.
And Charles, you heard Charles. Charles was like, man, at the beginning, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. But then once I started finding out that Mark was on YouTube, that lit a fire in him. And he said, why not? If I can make a few bucks at it by me telling the truth, why not?
Right, I agree.
I think I don't know, man. I think old hips probably dipped.
No, his service was in and out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Maybe
give him a
he
little bit
just
more
don't know how
time.
to get back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little bit more
Post the
time.
link again. He probably got to scroll up to go to the link. So post the link again. Maybe he can't find the link.
Yeah, let me text him. Let me call him real quick.
And tell him stop just dropping off. Say he busy or he got to go to bed. Don't just be dropping off the live.
Yeah. Okay. Find one after you can log back on. All right. All right. I'll wait for you. So Charles,
He
he
back?
said his yeah, he said his phone died, so he's looking for a wall charger plug, one of them square blocks, a charger block.
Oh yeah, the block.
So he said he's looking for a specific one, you know. But I mean, so far, Hips is sticking to his guns. He's not backsliding. He's not saying nothing different than what he said from the beginning. Uh,
Right.
it would be great for him and Mark to have some cordial dialogue. I mean, we can have a live one day on my channel, and we can have a live on their channel one day.
Right. Switch it up.
Just to be if it's just to be fair, if it's about I want some revenue on my channel. Okay, well, it ain't about the money with me. If you want to do uh, a 2 hour live over there, and we do another 2 hour live over here the next day, you know,
See
you go.
why? Uh, what is his name? Tejas? Because it seemed like a Spanish name. Why
Yeah,
did he say he wouldn't give Hips $100? Like, yeah, we don't want to give Hips money if he just gonna be falling off the lives and shit. Like, tell us if you gotta go or something. Why you keep disappearing?
yeah. No, I called him right now. He said his phone's dying, and
Oh yeah,
he's
he
about to
need the
get.
charger block.
Yeah, and I think he was walking around smoking. So I don't think he'll.
Yeah,
There you go.
you ain't gotta run from us, Hips. Winkle.
All right, and I had to find a wall charger. My phone's going dead. Signal's fucked up.
No, you're okay.
I think I must have dropped this thing in the beer tonight.
See, it's like
Shit, you just as bad as me. I really don't have signal.
Yeah.
I I think everybody that's
Well,
been
the
calling
weather's
in,
bad here tonight, though.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think Charles, I think what myself and a lot of people would like, man, was for you and Mark to, sit there and talk, man. To be like, hey, because
I
you're
would like to, too. I really would. Just talk, man. And not even, just talk on some real shit.
yeah.
Clear this air
There
for
you
one,
go.
man.
That'll
Because
probably be.
this this shit right here that's going on between me and you, Mark, is ridiculous. I mean, you
I
bringing up
I
this some
wanted to
dumb
get
shit.
live with Hips because
Oh yeah, they
you
forgot
said,
the
and then I
story. Hip.
doubted him.
They want to say they want to the story about the Mendenhall and you and Mark in the cell. What happened?
Man, I went in that cell, man. They thought they was gonna close me out, man.
Who
Mark told me, he said, I'm gonna give
Ben?
you some piece of advice. He said, I'm gonna give you a fighting chance. Said, I'm gonna let you fight Mendenhall, because either way it goes, you gonna get whooped. I said, okay, I said, okay, then I'm gonna
God,
give you a fighting chance then. I said, I'm gonna give you a fighting chance then. How about this right here? I just turn around and just beat your ass instead. I said, it really don't matter to
what
me
you
either
say
one.
on your
I
shit?
said,
What you tell Mark?
how about this? I give you a fighting chance, and I just turn around and beat your ass. How about that?
Hey, but you're in stature. You're a little bit bigger than Mark, huh? Huh, Charles?
Taller. Now he was a big old boy. Now we hit the weight pile every day. Now Mark was not a small guy. He was just short.
Okay, Charles. during your time
Yeah.
at Limestone, was there ever a guy that was into weightlifting and he was a boy?
Oh man, was they? Hey, several of them.
Oh, so I can't pinpoint JD. Oh, my bad. I was trying to say maybe
No,
you,
there's several of them out there, man. At a certain time of day, you look out there, man. They 15, 20 sissies on a squat rack. It's crazy. They out there cheerleading the basketball games and all kinds of crazy shit. Out here looking like Hulk Hogan, throw a
Charles,
whole
did
damn
y'all
weight ball
ever
across the room,
Charles, did you ever
wearing
see
panties.
the prison paint fashion shows?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, Jefferson, they used to have them on a Friday night basis.
Oh, see, now
They put all the
yeah,
tables together and make a catwalk. Crazy.
yeah, I saw a video like that.
I will tell you the truth, man. I have seen some of the damnedest shit you will ever think of. I've got some prison stories. Oh my God.
Charles, what about Big
I've got
Ox?
some.
Mark said Big Ox wasn't all that black and stuff. He was like Big Ox wasn't even that dark skin. What about Big Ox?
Wasn't
What
that
you know
dark?
about?
Yeah, Big Ox was dark skinned too. He wasn't as dark as his brother, but now
Who is
he
his
was by
brother?
far
What's his
dark.
brother
He
name?
was his brother was shit Lacey damn what the fuck was it? Lacey something. I can't remember their last name. But Big
Oh,
Ox
it's
was just a nasty motherfucker, man.
what? Give us a Big Ox story, because Lamarck was like Big Ox wasn't all that big. He wasn't big. He wasn't all that black. He was a cool
He
dude. So
wasn't
you
all
tell
that
us how
big.
you felt.
He wasn't all that big. He really wasn't, but he was intimidating because he'd fight and can fight quick, fast, and in a hurry. But he was nasty as fuck. Big Ox. I saw him take a boy.
Yeah, tell us nasty. How? Like how was he nasty? What he was
I mean,
doing?
I saw Big Ox take a boy and make him put a Butterfinger candy bar in his butthole and eat it out.
Oh my god. I'm a female and I would never.
Man, let me tell you something. We was at the poker table and Big Ox told us this. He said, "Man, let me tell y'all what I did to that boy there last night." I said, "What?" I said, "What?" Because he's always telling us about the crazy shit he done did. Some boy, right?
So he was taking it from him, or the dudes was willingly giving
No,
it
they
like,
was into it. He was buying it. He was
oh
paying for it.
Jesus Lord.
It's crazy. He said, man, I got one of them Butterfinger candy bars and put it in that boy, and that boy was ash was so damn hot it melted all of it before I could eat it.
Oh God, Jesus. That is sick.
I said, I told him, I said, you nasty fuck.
God.
God, he really had the sweet tooth in.
So
Man, I'm telling you,
how
I'm
tall
talking
and
about
big was he, Charles?
Big Ox was probably about 6 foot, maybe 6'1", probably 220, 230. Fat. He didn't work out, none of that shit. He worked in the kitchen the whole time he was in prison. And he looked like Big Ox because that's what he
Oh
smelled like.
so that's
Jesus.
what, so that's
The
why they called him
motherfucker
Big
walked
Already
by.
Eye.
pushing up on men.
The motherfucker walked by and killed me. Oh my God. Then it was this dude. I don't know if y'all ever heard of a cat in this prison. He's notorious. His name was Big Ben. Now, he was a heavyweight boxer
Oh
professionally before
man.
he come to prison, right? He used to knock the little boys out and take their penis. Who
Yeah,
is that up there? I
that's
ain't got my glass. Let me get
that's
my glasses. Man, who is that?
you know who he is?
I'm trying to see a little bit of that picture up.
Let me see if I can lift it up. Oh, you can't see it.
Uh-uh. I can't. Who is that?
Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus.
I don't. Let me see what his
Let me,
real name is.
Uncle Ruckus. I ain't never heard of this cat. I know Uncle Ruckus.
What about this
That's
guy?
him.
You know him? You
And
know
then, and then, and then them sissies got
Buffalo
some of
New.
the damnedest names. They got some of the damnedest names I've ever heard in my life. You got one sister down there, his name, my Jesus. It looks like Tim Pool.
you remember Big?
Who?
Is that what about Big Ox?
Yeah.
Is that Big Ox on the screen?
That's his younger years.
Who is? Hold on,
Look at
let me
them
see. I zoomed in.
fucking peanut heads, that peanut head. So
Damn, he's scared.
and you know what makes it so bad? That son of a bitch, he's weak as tater water. I mean, he is super weak.
Red as hell in that
You,
mugshot.
but he pays for it. He pays his way. He don't take nothing. He ain't no rapist. Nothing. If he can't buy it, he don't get it.
He'll buy. Is he? So he's
But
paying.
that's his problem though. He'll buy anything, and he wants the cheapest price possible. So that's,
For a cheeseburger, how much is a cheeseburger
yeah,
on the market? How much is
a
a
fucking
cheeseburger?
a fucking bag of coffee, man. $2.16.
Oh God.
Some old boy's ass ain't worth nothing but a bag of coffee.
Well,
That's a sad thing, man. If somebody's giving fucking manhood up for $3. Jesus.
I ain't gonna never want a cheeseburger that bad in my life.
Give his whole he just gave his whole manhood up for $3. It wasn't no and it started out as give me a cheeseburger and I'll pay you back.
But see,
So you borrowing, but we're borrowing.
Yeah, how does that make? I sit back and ask him all the time. I asked one to it. I was never so bad it made him cry. He was in the store line. The old dude was on him. He said, "You gonna pay me today?" Said, oh, boy said, "I'm not gonna have it." He said, "Okay, then you gonna let me fuck one." I looked at him. I said, "Oh, how's that make you feel?"
Wow.
I said, "I'd be telling you, stupid motherfucker, quit getting these dudes shit.
Charles, Charles,
You think they don't want to penetrate you? You're wrong. They do."
they do. Hey,
Or
Charles,
cheeseburger.
Yeah,
God.
Ninja Magic says, did you ever see Mark playing the skin flute with Mendenhall?
man, look here, Mark. Yeah, I have. I hadn't seen it, but I mean, it's one of the things you don't have to see it, man. When you're standing outside that door watching the folks for 'em, man, you know what they're doing. You know
Oh,
what they're doing.
that is
That motherfucker
fucking
take a skin flute and turn it into a harmonica.
what do that mean? I'm scared that.
Yeah, man, you need to take this picture off here, man. You scaring folks. You might lose some reviews for this shit. They'd come on there. I mean, it'd be like a screeching, "Oh, who is this predator?"
Hey,
Definitely
but
scared.
Charles, you on one of the videos, you also made the conference. You made the comment in the reference of you overheard Mendenhall saying, "Oh, Mark, that sure feels good."
I have. I've overheard that several times, man. I've seen them two kissing on the TV bench and all kinds of shit, man.
Oh, so you've actually seen Mark.
Who on the TV?
That's the thing of it is, everybody's seen Mark doing this. That's what I don't understand. Where you guys at? Y'all need to come forward.
Where's
I know
everybody?
I ain't the only
Do you know this
I ain't the
guy
only
on the
son bitch out of I ain't the only son bitch out of 2,300 people that saw this.
So this is the only one that's lying,
Do you
man.
know that guy on the screen?
I mean, this just come to my vision alone. Shit. I mean, this all in a TV room on a Friday night watching a movie. They wrapped up together under a blanket, kissing like they really real couple in the back of a car to drive in.
Do you know that guy that's on the screen right now, Charles?
I'm Noel asked me that, man. He does look familiar, but I don't think I do know him. I really don't. He looks like he's had some kind of serious breakdown, though.
Yeah, he did, man.
He
He was one of,
does.
he does, man. No, he's
That's
actually
the one
proud.
marking him. That's the one marking JG got hold of, man.
Yeah.
Like I told you
Yeah,
earlier, I
he was
don't know him,
saying
but
he was
I've
a
heard him.
F boy. He was like,
I've heard him
yeah, he do
tell
it
the
so that
story and
he don't
brag
have to
about
get
it.
bullied, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
because you see,
interacting with him.
Well, see,
yeah,
now JG was a crackhead too,
oh shit, that even worse.
and then he had a
Oh,
boy.
right,
JG
right.
had a constant boy that lived in the cell with him named Danny Ward.
Danny Ward
Yeah, from Dothan.
Oh, there.
from Dalton.
Yeah. My mom asked me, she said, "Why do you say their names? They're not bothered." I don't give a fuck. They shouldn't have did that shit.
Here,
Hips throwing everybody out there, man. Hips throwing names left and right.
I don't give a fuck.
that dude right there, his name is Danny Ward.
Hips
Yeah.
throwing names left and right. Hip said, "Fuck it, he's not going to be the only one informant. Everybody, go find that. Go find him. Go find this guy. Go find that. They're all going to say something about Mark. Man, see,
I can't wait. I can't wait. I got two people up here in my hometown just got out of prison. No, Mark.
yeah. So see, they
Bad as
got.
I hate to say it. Bad as I hate to say it about my homeboys, I hope he got fucked. I hope he fucked one of them so he can get on there and tell about it.
Oh, man,
I mean, that'll end all that shit. I would give
Mark.
anything to hear one of them get on here and say, "Mark Moore, yes, you are. You fuck me." I would give anything to hear that.
Me too. I will give anything
Or,
to.
"Yes, you are, Mark. You played my skin flute." How about that? I'd give anything to hear that. I mean, I don't understand you. Are you still scared of this pervert 30 years later? What the fuck kind of man are you?
Yeah, see,
I don't think this one-armed dude's gonna come rape you 30 years down the road, man. Come on out and glass this dude.
and what about Reba?
Reba was a different story. I did some research on Reba, see if it was who I thought it was. Reba was in prison for cooking his sister's baby in the microwave.
yeah, Youngblood told me about that, man. That's some wild
They
stuff.
left his sister. His sister left the baby with Reba to babysit. Baby got crazy or something. I don't know. She just threw the kid in the microwave and boiled it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's that.
Reba was a crazy son bitch.
Yeah, Youngblood told me that, man. That Reba really did some horrendous stuff like that, man. That
And
people
then
really.
like that goes back to like I was saying, man. There's some sissies up here, man. Let me tell you something. They'll drop them skirts and put them pants on and beat you to fucking death. There's really some of them that's not being taken. They're in it because they want to be.
Yeah, Mark.
I mean, Mendenhall, he was in it because he chose to be.
The more I see the documentary, and in the documentary, you can see him back there just laughing and giggling. If it's
Right,
somebody like Tom, every time that I see Thomas Harris in that documentary, he always has this sad, depressed look, and he's leaning off of Mendenhall.
right. I just
I'm
don't. I do not.
You can see it, man.
I've always been that way. No, well, I just don't like a liar, man. I ain't never liked one.
Yeah, there's no point of lying, man. I mean, just be straightforward.
I mean, people think, oh, I got to run this game. I got the best game in the world you could possibly run to tell the truth, man.
Yeah, just
Well,
tell
how
the
do you
truth,
think
man.
businessmen succeed in this day and time? By doing honest business. That's the only way you'll ever succeed in life is tell the truth, man.
That's it.
I mean, that's the
Best
bottom
way.
line. And
That's the best way.
that's coming from a hardened criminal
Mm-hmm.
that I've learned a hard lesson on.
Yep. That's what people need to realize, man. The kids need to realize, man, that you don't need to be somebody you're not.
No, you don't. You don't have to be.
You don't, man. Just be
You
yourself.
understand one thing. You can be yourself no matter where you're at. And nobody can make you do anything different. Nobody can. Nobody can make you do nothing that you don't want to do.
No, and this is the thing that I see Mark.
And
Mark,
even if they force you to do something and you fought, they didn't make you do it. By God, you fought.
yeah.
And
Well,
and in a prison setting, that makes a difference.
it does. But
It's sad, but it does. Hey, that man might have got raped, but by goddamn, he fucked two of them bastards up laying over there.
yeah, the thing about with Mark Charles is that he's always had and he's always followed and led by blind loyalty. He's
Yeah.
always expected people just to be loyal to him. Perfect example. When he first when you and him got onto that chat and he told you put that on your mama, you meant that, Charles.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
meant that.
You meant that, man. Because when you said that, I'm like, oh shit, man. Something that's that you cherish and is so there's not a price or monetary value that you can put on your
No,
parents.
there's not.
Right.
So
I mean, my thing is, and I'm known for this. I ain't just this ain't something that I'm talking about. My friends on the streets, the people I deal with, will tell you this. I may get off on some strange, old fucked up shit sometimes, but one thing I've never been is a liar.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not, if it hurts your feelings or not, if it's good or if it's bad. I don't care. If you don't want to know, don't fucking ask me, because
You've
I'm gonna
been
hurt your feelings.
you've been straightforward since I met you, man. I mean, you've been, you ain't said nothing different about Mark. And even
And
when Mark, what about Youngblood wants to know about Six Pack? Do you remember Six Pack?
I do remember Six Pack. I don't remember much about him, but I do remember who he is. I do remember. There was two of them there. There was one called Six Pack and one called Six Trump. Six Pack and Six Trump. I remember both of them.
And when they were they both of them indulging into that booty bounty games?
Seemed like Six Pack might have been. Six Trump wasn't. Six Trump was this old card player. He didn't do nothing but just sit play. He thrived for a poker game every day. That's all.
Okay. I mean, because a lot of people, Mark is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a
He
lot of
is.
there's a lot of marks. You know what I mean? But
There's
it's
a
just
lot of marks in a lot of different areas. It ain't just a gay shit
no.
because there's an extortion ring that does the same thing.
And good thing that you just touched up on that, Charles. Good thing that you touched up on that,
I
bro.
mean, I've seen them hold kids tied up and hostage up in a room and burn cigarettes on
Thank
them
you,
and
bro.
take videos of it, send it to their folks and demand money.
That's sick.
It
That is
is.
shit.
But you can go on YouTube and find those videos. They're out there.
It
Oh, I
is.
I seen a lot of them.
And that's sick.
It
That's
is.
sick. I mean, I'm that guy that I got real lucky that I didn't stay in prison my whole life. Because I can't tell you the times that I done set out in prison. And I'm not that guy that I done set out in prison in the morning with two knives on me ready to go kill somebody.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's bad when you wake up on a daily basis like that. Not because somebody's done something to you, it's because the stress level's so high that somebody might try.
Thank you,
Right.
Alex Goldsby. Hey, check this out, Charles. Mark, since there's videos of Mark saying he's never really talked bad about you, man. He's never really said ever since then, he's always said Hips wasn't the boy, but he had that stigma following him from Homan, from back then. So
Right.
Great. That's probably why.
and that's the only thing he said, and
Well, I mean, it's like I told you from jump. I've never had not anything against Mark.
yep.
He's never said he's never said not one time that he fucked me or any of that type of shit. I've never had I've never had anything against him. It's just the point is this. In my eyes, I was done with this 25 years ago. But now that I'm brought back in it, if you want me out of the way, Mark, the best thing you can do is tell the truth. Because if I'm gonna be in this, I'm gonna be surrounded by the truth, or I'm not gonna be in it.
And we appreciate that.
I mean,
Because
and that's what
I
people
have
want.
I ain't got no reason. It goes back to like I said. They may be if there's 100,000 people watching this. If what I can say can help one person. Them other 99,999 people, I do not give not one fuck what they think.
Yep.
It's that one kid that heard something that helped him. That's who I care about.
And that's the thing that Mark,
Oh,
Mark ain't no different than somebody that unalived somebody that was
And his story could help somebody, and he
yes, he
don't
could,
realize
man.
that.
Yes, he could, man, because he can actually be helping the victims, the future victims, and he can probably stop a future him becoming a future him. He can see
Well,
the
I mean, another thing, it'll help strengthen him.
I was about
yeah,
to say, heal his ass. Shit, tell
I
you
mean, it'll help him
yep,
because there is nothing. I mean, this ain't 1985 no more, man. This is 2025, where all the shit that happened to us back in prison years ago, it's so normal now. It may be happening in your next door neighbor's house.
yeah.
That people just don't care about that shit no more. So that's my whole point. You know this. What's the big deal about it? Is there somebody out there that you're trying to impress that you just don't want to know about this? Now I get that. But that's not the case with you, Mark. It's been going on too long, so I know that's not it. That's your ego. It's the same Mark Moore I knew 25 years ago, your fucking ego. That's why I whooped your motherfucking ass. That's why all that shit happened was because of your fucking ego.
so you also mentioned to me from the beginning, Charles, that your downfall was because Mendahar came to you and started telling you that the locker boxes were coming up short because Mark was out there with the prison queens.
Right.
Can you can you specify a little bit more on that?
Well,
Go
I
into a little
mean,
more
every
detail.
time I turn around now, we got 2 or 3 boxes in every dorm. I mean, at one time, we're the biggest store, prison run store outside the commissary in that county. So now my shit's coming up missing because you and JG's over here throwing these goddamn cocaine parties, these fucking prison systems.
Trying to give the boys a good life.
I mean, the whole thing of me putting all this money out there to begin with was to make sure that not everybody else, me, but in the process of you helping me, it's taking care of everybody. I never have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, so you were basically the front man. I mean, you were expected. Look, I'm gonna put up the money as long
Well, I
as
mean, I got put in prison for
forgery.
forgery and shit, and I still I still had the money.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
may have been a dumb criminal, but I wasn't so goddamn dumb that I let them get my money.
yeah. I mean, you were the financer. You know what I mean? You were.
I mean, I just came in and told him point blank, it's like this right here, man. I ain't trying to spend my time fighting and carrying on and shit. I'm done with all this bullshit. I got plenty of money. Let's make some.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, that's the
Hey,
bottom line.
was Mark like your protector, Charles? Like,
No, it ended up I was more like his.
oh, okay. So you didn't have to like use Mark for like protection and stuff.
No,
Okay.
no. I used him. I used him because he had status with the gang world,
Right.
so
and
you had a
that's where
brief
all your money
PR.
comes from. That's where all your money comes from.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Your
you
money
you
comes from that side of the fence.
yeah. So you're not being gang affiliated or as Mark was gang affiliated. Mark had more of a status and he had more of a
Right,
resources to reach out and
right. Because
Right.
I mean, it's like in there, it's like it is on the street, man. You take
yeah,
somebody that's got money out here, and you put 4 or 5 different people on your team. Those 4 or 5 different people is to strictly be there to flip and maintain and manage and look out for your money.
yeah. It was more of a
That's what they're there
business
for.
beneficial relationship. You had the finances, but
I
knowing
mean,
that,
yeah, I told him, look, I got the finances, man. You got the clout with the gang world. There ain't no sense in either one of us ever hurt for nothing.
yeah, it makes sense. I mean,
I mean, this started off as a good partnership, as a good understanding. It turned into a bunch of bullshit. And
Yeah.
it really turned into all that shit because I just straight up wasn't with that shit they were doing.
So that's where the family. So it was a family relationship. You know, everybody had a role. You were the financer. Mark was basically, you can say, he was the muscle. You know, Mark. You
I
know,
mean, I got up in the morning and I went to the box. I issued everybody a pack of cigarettes, a bag of coffee, and made sure everybody was straight. I set out the money in the notebook, what had to be loaned out, what had to be flipped today. And I mean, just like out there, I run a business out here too. That's what I've always done.
yeah.
And once I got in there and it's been in there a few years, and I thought, well, shit, this ain't nothing but a small scale free world is all this is.
Yep. That's all it is.
Everything they do in there, they do out here.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Everything.
Same
You
thing.
want to borrow some money out here, you go to the bank, you pay interest back on it. You want to borrow some money in there, you go to the store, man, you pay interest back on it.
Yep.
You want some
Same thing.
drugs, you go to dope man, you buy drugs, you get your ass chopped off because you ain't got what you paid for. Same way in there.
Same
That's
way.
just a that's just the only difference is in there. There's no women. That's it.
But you know, Mark didn't. That didn't hold Mark. You know, Mark was in love with them boys because you can
Yeah,
see
that
that.
didn't hold him back.
That didn't hold him back. And you can see it in the documentary where he pays 5 bags of coffee to go into the hump.
Right.
So
That's what I don't understand, man. You're on there carrying on and bragging about the shit you did 25 years ago, and now you're lying about it.
yep.
That's this whole thing I don't get about that.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. That's why I asked Rita about the Fleece documentary and the Mark documentary, because you know Fleece.
Right.
There's nobody out here saying, you know, we can all say, hey, Fleece was doing that, but there's no documentary of names being dropped like Thomas Harris, David
Right.
Right.
Mendenhall, uh, Charles Allen Hibbs.
Yeah, we
Uh,
don't have real names from Fleece's victims.
yeah, there's no
And I
names.
mean, and this shit that Mark is talking about that we're going through a market. It's some petty shit. It really ain't about nothing.
No.
This is about moving forward.
Yep. Getting some type of closure, man, for everybody involved.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
me personally, I've got my closure. I'm done with it. Don't bother me at all anymore. I could care less. But everybody ain't like me.
Yeah. See, that's the
Where
thing.
where
You
I
know,
don't where I'm comfortable enough in my skin with things that I've done in my past and things that I do today. I don't care what people know because I'm not. If I have to be ashamed of something that I'm doing, I have no business doing it.
yep. I mean, yeah, I think everybody's uh if everybody would do a follow up, man, it'll have a great impact, man. Because a lot of
Right.
people watched
It
that
would.
documentary 30 years ago, and then they're gonna see. I man, you know, I haven't really told you about the victim too much, Charles.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of guys that was in that shit 30 years ago that's out here doing really, really well, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, perfect example, man. That dude, Matt slash Brad, man, he's
Right,
you know, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more offline, but
right,
to give you a little bit of idea, man, you know, he's on the other side of the law now. You know, I can put it that way.
right. And you know, that's another thing is that I deal with reality, man.
Yeah.
Is that just because you're a police, I don't hate you because you wear a badge. Because let me tell you why. The first time somebody fucks with my mom and daddy, you better get your ass over and help them.
Yep.
Because you're there to protect those people from people like me. And I get it.
Yep.
I get that. I hate to say that, but I've been on that side of the law my whole goddamn life. Your job is to protect the innocent people from people just like me.
Yep.
And when it comes to my family and shit like that, I expect you to do your job because you don't want me to do it.
Yeah, he's right. Alex Goldsby is right. You know, this is the follow up. I mean, the live follow up. Everybody's still alive. You know, gladly you're still alive. The victim,
Yeah,
you know,
I
Matt
mean,
Brad is still alive.
the
Mark is
thing
still
of it
alive.
is, I feel this way about a lot of different things. About when as much time has gone by as this right here, you're not a victim anymore, man. You're only a victim
True.
now as if you choose to call yourself a victim. If
Somebody
you're
said
still
was
dwelling on, huh? Do what?
sorry. Somebody said was Lamarck Moore under Reva in prison?
No, no. There was nobody on the Reba. Reba was an all out 100% pink panty wearing sissy. Reba did not have no boys or none of that shit. Reba had a man.
Oh, who was Reva man? Big
Reba's
Op.
man was Tim Pool. Reba's man was Tim Pool.
Oh,
Tim
okay.
Tim Pool.
Yeah.
But was Reba a person that knew everything that was going on in prison?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Reba been up there about 14 years.
Is Reva the one that put the baby in the microwave?
Yeah, Reba's the one that done that.
Damn, that's some crazy shit. I know that
That
too.
is some crazy shit.
That is.
That's some of the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, man. Like what will make somebody do that, man? Like
Right.
Drugs, drugs.
I don't know what kind of drugs. Well, I don't know. 'Cause I ain't, but
I
we.
don't know though, man, because I can't say that because I've been strung out on drugs and I've been
Right.
clean. And there ain't nothing ever made me want to do nothing like that to a kid.
Right.
yeah, man. That's like what would make you think,
Because you're right. I go back to thinking about that, man. I don't give a shit what you do. Deep down inside you, you know right from wrong.
Exactly.
yeah,
And ain't nobody got to teach you right from wrong. You know it. It comes natural.
man.
That's a
That's the thing with Mark. Mark had
And
to give
all this shit. And all this shit. Oh, I was raped when I was 14, so it makes it okay for me to rape you. That's some bullshit. You still know right from wrong. I don't give a fuck if it was done to you or not.
yep.
exactly break that cycle.
You
It
should
ain't
you
no excuse.
yep.
I said, make me sick with that shit. You get off. I go to prison and do 30 years for forging a bunch of checks, and this son of a bitch rapes a 5-year-old and don't do 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
messed up right there.
the thing. The system is crazy.
That is. That's messed up. Yeah, like
Oh,
some
but
years.
he'll never do it again. But he gets put back in prison for the same shit every 3 or 4 years, and they keep letting him go.
But Charles, when they put people in prison, so they don't separate them by like
No.
the crimes they commit or the AIDS victims, like because I heard on one
Well,
that they
they
don't
used to the AIDS victims.
right,
Now
but
they don't anymore.
but see, I don't think that's right though because like even though they shouldn't be like having sex and stuff in prison, but what if somebody drank behind somebody? Now, me personally, I'm not one to drink behind somebody, but some people like in prison that may not be able to get the basic
You're
necessities.
right, and they
That's
do. But
crazy.
the
They
thing of it is, the age I was at Limestone when they won the lawsuit over it, is that they can't segregate them
right because they're equal.
because it's right. It's what they call it
Discrimination.
Yeah,
discrimination.
like
They can't segregate. So what they did was they
uh,
give all the AIDS victims a different kind of bracelet to
okay,
signify that hey, I'm HIV positive or whatever, right? But I
right.
mean, that ain't no good either because they just go right out there and take that shit off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that's crazy because what if they end up getting raped by somebody that doesn't have AIDS or something?
Oh, it's happened. It's happened.
And see, that's crazy because that's not their fault. Like that they have to, be victimized in that way. But then they're in the general population with everybody else. Like, you know what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying?
like I got a friend of mine up there named Steve Baird. He's gay and he's a white guy. And there was a young sissy come out of that AIDS dorm that was full blown AIDS patient. Steve wasn't sick at all. He had sex with that sissy and fell in love with him, and Steve died of AIDS.
That shit is wild. Like to see
And that
that's
shit is crazy.
I mean,
And he knew it going in. He had AIDS.
I get treating everybody equal, but it's got to be some type of separation because suppose somebody gets hurt, stabbed, and they got blood gushing everywhere. That person has AIDS. What if somebody is like rendering help, not knowing that this person has AIDS? Like that shit is wild. That
Well,
that
I've
is
seen an AIDS victim get into a fight or something with somebody, and they literally spit in their face and everything.
that's what I'm saying. That's
And
scary.
I mean, and in the state, the state is inviting so much problems with that. Because I'm sorry, if I know you got AIDS and you spit in my face, I might do something to you.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody would
I
want
mean,
to.
I'm just might do something to you. And the state of Alabama just calls me to do something to you.
Yeah, but most importantly, like somebody could get hurt, injured, or whatever. If that person don't
Right,
have the bracelet on that says that they have AIDS, and somebody is like, just literally trying to offer them help just because something happened to them. Next thing
right,
they got an open wound or something, then they gonna get it, contract AIDS because
right.
no,
And
that's
then here it is. And then here it is. How do you explain? And then let me tell you what happens in that right there. Now you've done caught the AIDS off some crazy shit.
right.
Now, how do you explain this to your people at home? Because the first thing they're going to think is, oh, my son is gay.
Homosexual shit, right?
Now, and you know something? They have every right to think that. What was he doing with a gay inmate with a AIDS
Right.
patient anyway?
Nobody really know what happened, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
And now you call mama, and mama don't want to talk to you anymore because her son's a fucking fag.
Man,
Yep.
that shit.
And
That
that's the way that shit goes. Her
I
son
don't.
ain't did nothing.
I've never been to prison. I mean, I'm a female anyway, but I don't know how that shit goes in other prisons around the world, like male prisons. But that is some scary ass shit.
It is. I mean,
So
prison is
I'm
prison is so topsy turvy. It can be good as gold 1 minute and a full riot 5 minutes later. And
mm,
then during those times, things get so crazy you don't know what might happen. You might get struck in the face with something wet and you don't know what it was, wipe it off, and 6 years down the road you find out you got AIDS and don't know
Mm.
how you got it.
Yep.
that is that Lord Jesus, that is
And
fucked.
that's some scary shit.
It
Hey,
is because
I,
man,
I was going to ask you a question, Charles. You know how you say about the HIV. Do the people
Right.
do the people in the kitchen? Because when I was in prison, I worked in the kitchen. One of the processes before they hire you, man, they make you go get your blood work tested.
Oh
mm,
yeah, now they do that. If
but
you are a kitchen worker, you cannot have HIV, you cannot have hepatitis,
well, at
you
least
can't
they
have cirrhosis of the liver. There's a lot of things that they will not let you work in that kitchen with.
Yeah,
well that
because that's a good thing, because I know that for
Well, because it don't just fall under DOC. It falls under the Alabama State Health Department.
they take that much into consideration with the food, which is great because that's how it can pass easily. But they keep them separate from the stuff. But I don't think that's fair to like people that don't have diseases because that's one of my main things with even dating. I don't want to date somebody.
It's not even fair to the people that do have it.
What was that?
It's not even fair to the people that do have it.
Right. They should be
I
separated.
mean, we don't know what they have it for, what their reasons are for having it. Some of them
Right.
may not have got it from no gay shit.
That's true. That could be why they like
I mean, and
separate.
now they're put in a place that they have to watch us do the things that they just can't do anymore, and they don't know why.
Mm, that's true. And see,
I
that's
mean, that's
crazy. Like I feel like they should have, and I mean I'm not for the discriminating against nobody, but I feel like they should have their separate unit only because like you don't know what happened. Like I said, if it's an emergency and somebody renders help, that shit is crazy. Just now you got infected because you tried to help somebody and you didn't know they were.
right.
That's sad.
It is. I got a buddy of mine up there right now. They traced it down and tracked it. He called her
Don't
AIDS from an
the fuck.
open wound on a toilet seat.
oh man.
God, I literally heard a story a couple days ago about somebody they ended up getting cracked literally
Yeah, it was crazy.
sitting on the toilet seat. I was like, ain't no damn, but I don't sit on toilet seat. Period.
I've got adamant about most bathrooms now have got those things that you can paper things you can pull out and put over the toilet seat.
Right.
If they don't have those, if I've got to sit down and shit or something, if they ain't got them, I won't even use their bathroom.
Good. You caution everywhere. And please don't know.
And if I raise that fucking toilet and the whole bottom side of that toilet lid's got shit all over it, I don't use it then. Ain't that much blowback in the world.
No, because me personally, if I gotta poop that bad, I am not. I don't know, man. In public, I cannot.
Nah, hell nah.
I
If
would
I gotta go that bad where I feel like I'm gonna blow it all right back up on me,
squat
I'm
drop.
going home. I'm gonna hold that shit till I get to the house.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not by this toilet seat. I don't give a goddamn.
Yeah.
I get a 5-gallon bucket and go outside.
Charles,
Yeah.
you I mean, cause we already been on for 2 hours, man. We're gonna do another one, Charles, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thank
let's get out tomorrow.
I
as
mean,
you
hopefully some young blood can attend tomorrow, man. I know he got some things to do.
yeah.
Man, I got this smoker's cough, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope it's not emphysema.
No, you
I
cool,
hope
bro.
not. You need to be drinking some water and lay off the green.
Yeah, I left them cigarettes.
Yeah, you,
Yeah, you're right. Lay off them cigarettes, man. I love that green, man.
Yeah, them cigarettes are gonna take you out, man. That nicotine.
you need to get checked for COPD.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah,
you here.
I should. You know, my mother's COPD. She's got a breathing machine for at night, an oxygen, however it is, whatever it is, oxygen machine,
You gotta
and
try
she
that,
puts
man.
that. I know a CPAP machine.
Yeah, CPAP.
Man,
But
she put that. I put that thing on the other night because she said
yeah,
her and Daddy were driving all night going somewhere, so she wasn't gonna sleep until the morning. Then she had two of them. She left one of them there and had about a half a bottle of oxygen still on it, or half a bottle of whatever the hell that is. Man, I
yeah,
put that thing on. Let me tell you something. That was the best sleep I've had probably 30, 35 years. I
Yeah,
swear
that's
to God.
that bureau troll, that what he said right there, RGX. Pretty good, man. It
yeah.
Right.
opens up your sinuses and
I
stuff.
think mine is
Yeah.
albuterol.
Yeah, butyrol.
You know, when you put that big mask on and turn that gas on up there, oh my God. That
My daughter had the
pure
asthma.
air,
Used to do the mask.
clean air. Oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna get off here.
You have a good night, Rita.
Thanks for
Well,
you.
You too, Rita. You have a good night.
good night, Rita.
I see y'all. You
Y'all have
all.
bye,
You
Rita.
too, man.
All right, Hips, Charles.
Yeah, bro.
All right, man. Well, I guess tomorrow we'll do another one around the same time, bro. Around
Okay.
7 or 8, or if you got time in the
Yeah.
early, me and you do another video and
Yeah, tomorrow I'll probably have time. We got a 90% chance of rain and thunderstorms all day tomorrow. Man, we
okay,
ain't worked out. We have not worked not an hour a day this week, brother. That's honest truth.
that sucks, man. Hopefully,
I went to work 3 or 4 times and ended up just sitting around the shop, drank a
damn.
couple beers and talked shit all fucking day, and that's about the side of it.
Yeah, hopefully this weather clears up, man, because it's been raining over here as well a
Well,
lot,
they
man.
say it's supposed to be beautiful next week, but if it's raining over there, it's gonna sound like it's gonna take it all the way through the weekend
Yeah, it's still
over
rain.
here.
Yeah, it's saying
'Cause
that
that's
it's
gonna come to us. Not
yeah,
quite, no, it's moving to the northeast, man.
yeah, it's gonna probably pass through. Hopefully, man. I mean, either way, man. We'll do it tomorrow when
We're
you.
going, yeah, either way, whenever.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if we get up in the morning, it's raining. If me and him get up and it's raining, we won't go. I won't even leave the house. So I can do it anytime.
yeah. Hopefully we can get Mark, and I think the young blood will get on here tomorrow. I think he had some things to do,
You
but
know,
I
I
think
like a setting like that, man, where you've got just 4 or 5 people, or 5 or 6, or however many people sitting, or just sitting around That's like me. I'm sitting at the dining room table with the phone, just laying there
Yeah, man, that's the thing, man.
talking, man,
I'm doing the same.
relaxing. Got my feet propped up in another chair.
Yeah, just having a good time, man. Everybody being respectful and cordial with
Then while
everybody,
I'm
man.
talking, we're talking and carrying on. I got the TV on the Wheel of Fortune down
Yeah, you see, and that's the way, everybody's being respectful towards each other, man, and nobody,
there. Right, man. I like that.
everybody's being cordial and.
Well, everybody's talking about something real. Nobody's trying to just kill nobody, man.
Nah, man,
That's crazy. I
and
mean, we're grown. There ain't no sense of carrying on like 2 or 3 year olds, 4 or 5 year olds
no,
fighting over
that's why,
ice cream cone.
when I reached out to you, Charles, that's what I told you. I'm like, man, you got a good story. Mark got a good story. Uh, man, it's the villain and the victim, man. At the end, it's it's like everything else, man. Y'all sit in the room,
Right.
y'all gonna huff and puff and be aggressive towards each other. But then after that aggressive,
Right.
the closure's gonna come and be like, man, you know what, man, that was 30 years ago. I wish I could sit there and talk about it, man. Y'all at the end of the day, y'all can be able to laugh about it. Of all this
I
shit
mean,
that y'all
it
go,
should happen that way.
yeah,
I think,
I mean,
I honestly think if I get face to face with him, he will act that way.
yeah, because it's like, you know,
Cause he's stupid.
Mark can't be the only one telling the truth and everybody else lying. You know what I mean, Charles?
Right. You're right.
It
Okay.
can't be.
And
It
then,
can't be like
and then, hey, you know something, Noel? You know something, Noel?
what's going on, Charles.
If he saw me, if he saw me up close in person, eye to eye with me, it's spooky.
Yeah,
Haha.
yeah.
I weigh 264 pounds right now, and I'm 6 foot, and I'm 6'1".
Yeah, so you're a lot bigger than him now.
Shit.
Okay, Charles. I mean, we'll set
Yeah,
up a
man.
schedule for tomorrow, bro. And I hit you up right now.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
everybody in the
Hey,
chat.
how can I record this stuff for myself?
Oh, I can always send you I can send you the link, bro. I can send you well, this is look. I'll talk to you now when we get off.
All right, I'm gonna just text you.
Yeah,
You
yeah. I'll
just send
text you.
me a directional with a link, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what we're gonna. I'll text you right now what we're gonna do right now. All right,
All
y'all.
right.
Thank you for everybody
All right.
tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all.